We see Shigaraki unaffected by the quirk eraser. This, to him, is trivial and he continues using one of his quirks. When it's apparent that Shigaraki can't use his quirk, it's thanks to Monoma, who can use Aizawa's quirk, which cancels out others' quirks. This annoys Shigaraki, and we see Aizawa thinking that he can't face him entirely on his own. He continues, realizing that all this planning is happening because Midoriya was there helping Aizawa, giving him the upper hand in the battle. He feels frustrated that Midoriya isn't there, but while he's thinking, he receives a major shock. Shigaraki doesn't care about the quirk erasure and can activate a strange quirk that surprises everyone. At this moment, Mirio attacks him, and Bakugo tries to warn her. Aizawa, seeing this for the first time, thinks that Shigaraki has become completely different from the last time they fought. Shigaraki uses this strange quirk, and Mirio fails completely. With arrogance and pride, Shigaraki tells Aizawa, "You thought you'd be strong in this battle, but you've disappointed all my expectations." After releasing the strange quirk made of a massive number of fingers, we see its field expand terrifyingly. They're in a state of panic as they don't understand what this is. During this, Aizawa and Monoma are in shock, unable to comprehend how this quirk activated despite the quirk erasure. Hero Edgeshot is also puzzled, wondering if this is even a quirk. Shigaraki, the evil giant, explains that this isn't a quirk but the growth of his body, similar to hair or nail growth. This is due to quirk evolution forcing the body to adapt. He tells them this is the nature of society, and Dr. Garaki called this singularity of the balance, criticizing the heroes for not truly understanding or trying to suppress humanity's true future. He finds it pathetic, and due to Mirio losing her leg, she demands new parts which actually appear from underground. Bakugo is annoyed by this, calling her a stupid rabbit. They argue like crazy until Genis steps in, telling them to focus on the mission. They ignore him and argue with him too, with Bakugo shouting at him to shut up. Back to Aizawa, who tells him he's doing everything he said, yet Shigaraki's quirk is still active. While trying to understand this, one of the heroes calls out, saying she's managed to contact Midoriya. Aizawa immediately contacts Midoriya, asking him where he is. Midoriya explains that Toga got to him, and that he's now on Okudo Island. Before he can finish, he's confronted by an enemy. Edgeshot suggests bringing Midoriya to them, but Edgeshot replies they can't because Aizawa can't use two quirks simultaneously. Switching between quirk erasure and the gate quirk to bring Midoriya back would take at least 10 seconds. Genis adds that Aizawa understands what this means, as Shigaraki could activate the countless giant hands while the erasure is off. If quirk erasure is deactivated for even a second, it would be the end. Understanding this, Aizawa continues talking to Midoriya, apologizing and telling him he must return on his own. We see Genis and the other heroes in an epic scene, declaring that if One for All isn't with them, they can still defeat Shigaraki here and now. Meanwhile, about 200 kilometers off the coast on Okudo Island, where Midoriya is, we see some heroes fiercely battling a Nomu in the sky. The Nomu is terrifyingly strong, with one of the heroes stating it's much stronger than any Nomu they've seen before. It appears that All for One is giving them new quirks. During this, they are attacked by escapees from Tartarus, and the leader remarks that these escapees have joined the party, making it more exciting. A ship crew member says they're fine, but Midoriya and Uraraka are in trouble. We see waves sweeping everything in their path, and Uraraka asks Midoriya about what Aizawa told him. He says he can't activate the gate, and she tells him he must leave quickly. Suddenly, Toga attacks Midoriya, but he escapes at the last moment. As he attacks her, she declares her love for him, causing him to scream at her. Despite Toga attacking him with a knife, his danger sense quirk isn't activating. Here, he invokes the fourth user's quirk, danger sense, questioning how she could love him so much that her threat doesn't register. He finally understands her words, asking what she wants from him. Blushing, she aims her knife at him, saying she wants him to be her boyfriend. He yells, "What kind of love is this?" While Uraraka, in shock, says Toga's love is insane and puts people in danger. Midoriya, bewildered, realizes despite his numerous encounters with Toga, He never grasped her feelings or imagined she loved him. Blushing, he calls her crazy. Toga responds, saying she loved him from the first glance and that he was her first love because he's strong. Suddenly, a massive wave approaches, and she looks at him menacingly, asking for his blood. Midoriya, embarrassed, refuses, saying he can't do that. Uraraka, watching them, is frustrated, thinking they should respect her presence. Toga tells Midoriya she wants them to be like that, fulfilling her desire. As she talks, another strong wave comes, and she utters incomprehensible words, questioning why heroes want to do this to her. Hearing this, Uraraka, angered because Toga said the same thing during their battle, reacts fiercely. Suddenly, Toga disappears from Midoriya's sight, making him wonder about her strange hiding method. Realizing his chances of controlling the fight have decreased, he questions why Danger Sense isn't working and suspects she has a way to counter it. He concludes that Toga wants to hurt him, and Danger Sense should be active. Suddenly, Uraraka rushes in, telling Midoriya to focus and that they need to leave immediately. While speaking with her, he says he doesn't understand her desire to be like a certain person, and that he also wants to be like All Might but hasn't found any convincing reason to be like him. He never thought of hurting the people he loves. Here, we see Midoriya's words affecting Toga, who remembers her parents' attempts to make her a normal person. She also recalls Uraraka's words that if she wants to live her way, she must be ready to face the consequences. After thinking about these words, Toga's expression changes, and she says that Midoriya and Uraraka are alike, like her parents. At this moment, both Midoriya and Uraraka are shocked by Toga's transformation. She suddenly wears a strange mask, telling them they only see heroes and those saved, not people like them. She lands a strong blow on Midoriya, feeling Toga's sorrow. However, Toga attacks again, but Uraraka intervenes, trying to stop her. Toga angrily tells her she no longer cares about her. She's tired of her, and she was thinking about Midoriya but now doesn't care anymore. Midoriya warns Uraraka to stay away, but it's too late. Toga attempts to attack Uraraka from behind with her weapon, saying if the world won't accept her, she will do the same. The rear attack is a diversion, and we see Toga swiftly attacking with a knife, injuring Uraraka, saying she thought otherwise. Suddenly, someone swiftly appears, kicking Toga away from Uraraka. This person is the hero Froppy. Midoriya checks on Uraraka, who reassures him that she's fine and that the wound is superficial. Froppy says Toga is the most unpredictable enemy, and sending her to the newspaper was an excellent decision. She asks Midoriya to go to Shigaraki's location. Uraraka also tries to stop them but ultimately tells Midoriya to go and handle Shigaraki while they take care of the rest. Uraraka yells at Midoriya to hurry, and he listens, using the FA gene quirk to move at maximum speed. We then see Midoriya moving at rocket speed, passing by birds and feeling frustrated that despite using the float quirk of the 7th user and the FA gene quirk of the 3rd, he isn't as fast as he wants to be. Additionally, he's over the sea, meaning there's nothing to help him use the Black Whip quirk to move like Spider-Man. That's the end of the video. If you want to know what happens next, subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell to get the video as soon as it's released. I hope you enjoyed the video. See you in the next one. Goodbye.